Welcome back to Blue Mountain Radios, everyone. Today we're working on that XPR 8300 that had a bad resistor. Looked it up on the manual. It is a resistor. It doesn't say what the value is. But as I mentioned, these are just XPR 4000 boards. As you can see right here, this is my XPR 4000 board. I just don't have a control head for it. So I'm going to use it as parts. As you can see, it looks identical, almost. Like, the difference is this area right here. As you can see, it has the components on the mobile radio itself. But as far as the PA area goes on both of these, let's try to center that up a little bit. As you can see, the PA area on both of these are exactly the same. This is the 100 resistor, which this one blue. It's rated for 1 amp according to the detailed service manual. So, and it can hold up to 5 amps for a very brief amount of time. So I'm going to say there was a power surge in here that surged 5 amps through the resistor, and it blew to save the rest of the circuit. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this resistor off, put it onto this board, put this board back into the transmit side, and see if it now works with the resistor. If not, we'll just put it back together how it was, and no harm, no foul. But I want to see if we can get this to work with replacing a part. I did have somebody reach out to me and ask if they could purchase this unit as long as I could get it working with the replacement. If it doesn't work with the replacement, they'll still take it, but at a discounted price, which is okay. I'm not too worried about it. I'm still going to make a little bit of money on it, even selling it at the discount price. But I want to make sure we can get it to work with the replacement. So let's go ahead and get our board stands here. So I'm going to set this up. So our stand right here. And again, it is this piece, this black resistor right here that we are going to be removing. And how we're going to remove it is we're going to put a little bit of flux on it. And then after that, we're going to take our heat gun. And then we're just going to heat this up. Pull it off, set it off onto one of the tops. And then we'll replace it onto here and give it a go. So I'll be back in about a couple seconds for you guys. It's going to take a couple minutes for me, but I'll speed through this process for you. I'll see you in a bit. Hey, guess what? I dropped it because it's hot and it just got heated up. All right, so now we are going to replace it onto here. But here we're going to put on some new solder as well. So I gotta go get my soldering sponge fixed up, wet. All right, now that we got a wet sponge, we can take some of our and just get it on there. I'm gonna rotate this. We're gonna see if we can't just pull this off. It doesn't look like it's gonna want me to heat it up. So we'll get it heated up here. Get it removed and put the new one on. And then we'll get it cleaned up, put it back into its case, and give it a quick test. Not yet. Ooh, I think this one might have gotten fused to the board. It don't want to move. Oh, there it goes. I got it. And so it's coming off a little bit. And get that back on there. Now, put on a little flux. And then we're going to put on some new solder. There we go. Here's some new solder on there. Do some new solder. The mirror side as well. There we go. Now, do you believe that the 100 goes like that? Is that correct? Or does it go the other way? I forget. Let's see. It's 0, so it goes like this. Okay. There we go. Get it lined up. And now we just heat it and push it down. Like I said, heat it and push it down. I'm gonna get that board heated. That way the solder's melted. Seeing as it didn't want to stay in place. There we go. And it's staying in place. Get that heated. Alright, get that pushed down. So it lays flat. And then we'll put it back together. Let it cool down for a second. And then we'll put it back together. Almost there. Not on 100% flat yet. You want to make sure it's as straight as possible. Now we just hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now it's solid. Now we won't have to worry about it. I'll get my better brush here. Give it a brush. I brushed it a little bit too soon. A little piece over here came flying off, which is okay. I see it right here. And we're just going to go put it back down. There it is. Now we're just going to look at this board and see how it is. So, not going to do it. We're going to get this, put some flux on it. I'm going to put some new. And now where'd that piece go? There it is. And then we'll go and get this put back on. Seeing as I didn't let the board cool fit all the way down before I started to clean it. And there we go. And that doesn't want to. I think I put just too much. There we go. I'm gonna let that settle as well. There you go. And then we're just gonna clean it up just a tad bit here. We're spinning it around. See what it's doing on that side. And voila. So our main piece is replaced. I knocked that one off before it got time to cool all the way down. And we replaced that one and got it back on. Alright. So let's go ahead and put it all back together. Or not all the way. Some of the way, I should say. Right. So we're going to keep the original board, the current TX board and the TX case. We'll put this one in here. Because if it doesn't work, we don't want to have to swap them back over. Alright. So, we bring back our case. Gotta clean this out real quick, so let me go grab a rag. Because either way, this one will be sold today. Or by the time you guys see this video, it will be sold. Now, if I get a charge full price for it, that's a whole different question. Give that a good little wipe down. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to this real quick. First, we're going to put back our power supply. And we're going to make sure the power cord's on the outside. I'm not going to hit anything. There we go. The reason why we're doing that is because we're just going to place the transmit side on that side. And we're going to, I think we still need to put the top on. I'm not mistaken. So the reason we need to put the top on, I'm going to try not to lose any screws here, is because of this little piece right here. that little black piece right there, it goes to this piece, that little gold piece right here. That gold piece right there, it completes a circuit. If it's like the CDM, it's going to be required. I don't know if this is like the CDM and requires that little piece to be on there, but might as well put it on there just in case. So here we go. I'm going to plug in the fan over here. Plug in the fan, plug in the accessory plug. All right. And then we need our brown cable. I'll zoom back out here. All right. Plug in the brown cable. I'll plug in the white cable as well. And then we'll plug in our accessory. Our power. And then we're going to plug in our brown cable right there. Bring this around, connect that. So in the last video I mentioned, instead of swapping the bricks or the boards, we can do a quick little adjustment here to see if we don't have to swap the boards, to see if it's already been done. So this is how I would set it up to see if the board has already been swapped, if there was no markings on it. Come on. Now we can go directly from there. The bottom one came out. And like I said, doing it this way is a little bit more of a pain. But it also does save you some issues. Alright. Now that we have everything, we scoot that radio over. Connect it there. Connect it here. And we're going to turn it on. Good. Make sure the cables aren't hitting the... So as you can see, it's booting. That's what the flashing red is. You can see all the lights. We have our analog channel light. Now we hit our duplex. And something is not right. Oh, my frequency's off. On my... Nope, that's right. Frequency's right. Let's see what's wrong here. Hold on. Make sure everything is connected. That's connected. There it goes. I just didn't have my cable plugged all the way in. We got up to 5 watts. Let's pull up my remote viewer for my R8000 here. I didn't have that prepped yet. Let's connect my network back to that. And that should... See if I have my network settings good. Network settings are good. Analyzer, remote. There it is. Let me jump down here. Establishing remote connection. Go to duplex mode. As you can see, originally, the original one that we just swapped out was pushing below 1 watt in the last video. Now we got it up to 4.8, 4.9. It's not a very steady output on this. So we're going to switch back over put it back how it was and leave it, and just let the customer know, hey, this is what I did to it. This is what it does. I had to leave it as a board swap, and we'll go from there. So we tried to replace the broken component that was on the original transmit board. Unfortunately, that did not fix the issue. But that's okay, because we know that with it swapped over to the original receive board, which we now have as the new transmit board, it is pushing out 40 watts. So give me a second. We'll work through putting it all back together, and we'll double check it one last time for the customer. And they're okay with it being a board swap. They understand it's going to be sold as is, which to me is there's not going to be a warranty on this because it's already been switched out and the board swap has been performed, and there's nothing else I can really do to keep this alive if this board that was the original receive board fails. Without help from Motorola, and these are discontinued models. They do not make these anymore. They have now switched to the SLR system for the DMR, which I think is a better repeater than these. But that's just my view of it. All right. So let's get these all screwed back in. Yeah, let's put down to 7. 1 knot. This would be 2. There's 2. Now this can go back in. So we want to make sure this goes to like. All right. Get that out the way. Right. Get that in there like. Now before we get everything put back into it, we will put our. That should be good enough to get this in there. That's not it. There we go. That works. All right. That's in there. Now we can bring around our cables. There's that. Connect our fan. There's that. And then we get our transmitter back together. And that side started. We get this side set up. There's that. There's that. All right. And then in here, I pass everything with the front, connect all the cables. And by cables, I mean these flexes. Now we lift to the front, connect power and accessory port. Cables are good. Ow. Goes back. I hit the camera. I do apologize. RF cable gets put in. Accessory port gets put in. There we go. Now, we just connect everything back together, turn it all on, make sure there's nothing hitting fans. Connect the transmitter here. Connect the receive. And now everything should be back to normal. All right, so everything should be back to normal now. So we hit duplex here. And we're back out to 3940 watts, which is just fine. And it stabilized at 40 watts. So I'm happy with that. And there we go. I'll let the customer know. I'll show them this video, show them what I did, what it's pushing out on the original transmit board. But ultimately, we're staying with the board swap, so it's pushing out 40 watts. So that's it. I'll see you guys next month in the video. I don't know what video it's going to be for May, but I'll find something and make sure it's a good one. I'll see you around. That's it. I appreciate you guys sticking around. We're sticking with the original board swap we did last month on this repeater. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment. Let me know. If you have any radios that you want me to work on, go ahead and post them down in the comments as well. I do have a Discord that's in the description as well. I do post links to videos and answer questions there as well. So please like and subscribe to this video. And I'll see you guys in April. Have a good one.